I would give him the slight nod over Danny. But right now, if I had an MVP vote, I would cast it for Russell Wilson because I believe he's been the most consistent from week 1 all the way to week 7. Now, he did lose last week, but he's been the most consistent week in and week out playing. And Skip, his numbers, he's 15-1. That's unbelievable. And he has to be great every single week. Skip, we've seen games in which the Packers have won games. Aaron was not the Aaron Rodgers that we saw Sunday or the Aaron Rodgers that we saw against Philly, although they lost. He wasn't that guy. Lamar Jackson would be number 2 for me also because he's been unbelievable, Skip. He's been, and I know the Ravens said, he vastly improved in throwing the football, Skip, but I don't even know if they thought he would be this improved throwing the football. And his running ability is second to none. He's unbelievable. But if I had an MVP vote, it would be Russell Wilson because I believe he's been the most consistent of the MVP candidates from start to finish. I know what Aaron did Sunday. He was magnificent. And sometimes, you have to understand as a great player, you don't always have to be great. Sometimes, you have to stand in the background, a la Aaron Jones and the Cowboys, a la the first game of the season against Chicago when Aaron didn't do a whole lot, and he was hugging Mike Pettin on the sideline like, we got a defense. Well, Sunday, that defense didn't do a whole lot because the Raiders were going up and down the field. And Aaron said, I got to do my thing. I got to show y'all what I'm all about. So for me, Skip Bayless, I think Russell Wilson would get my vote right now. My homeboy being hurt, that dropped him down. But did you know, Skip, he's still leading the league in passing and touchdown? He got 15 tubs and and he playing terrible.
There you go.
I mean, the guy's playing terrible. And all I know is he's 15-1 with over 23.
Still leading the thing.
But Russ would get my MVP vote.
Okay, and that's the same Russ that we just saw get outplayed in his house by Lamar Jackson, right? And he pretty much stunk it up and got pick 6 by Marcus Peters. So that's the guy you love right now.
Yeah, Skip. He's been the most consistent. I didn't say. I mean, he didn't win all his games. I mean, Aaron Rodgers had the one game he lost. He threw for 422 against Philly, but. I mean, Mahomes, he's out right now, so it's going to be hard. I mean, he's tied for 5th, I think, right now in the situation. But right now, Russ, they had it tied Russ and Rodgers at 1. I think Lamar Jackson is 3, and then 2 guys tied at 5th. But I would give the nod to Russell because I think he's played the best, the most consistent start to finish.
So here's the truth about this year's MVP race. It hasn't really started yet, because I can't remember one more wide open this late into the season as this one is, because I feel like there have been a lot of guys who fired and fell back and fired and fell back. So, again, it's there for the taking for 4 or 5 different guys.
Not the guys at 7 and 8, so get that thought out your head.
Well, I might get there right now.
No, you're not.
So first, I got to go with the guy who's now tied for the favorite in Fox Bet, and that is your guy, Aaron Rodgers. We just talked about LeBron James. What do I always call Aaron Rodgers? He is the LeBron James of the National Football League.
You have said that.
He is so overhyped, and people love him so much because he's got the cool factor, and everybody wants so many people. It's like he's got blind witnesses, too, billions of blind witnesses.
He got swag.
And they're blind to the truth of this guy who's been eroding, declining for the last 4 years. All of his stats have gone slowly down, sinking into the sunset for the last 4 years. Sunday, thank you for bringing that up. What exactly did he accomplish? I was reading on ESPN.com. This could be the greatest game he's ever played. Pro Football Focus, right here, right now, ranks the Raiders' defense the worst in the National Football League. That's what he did. He torched the worst defense in the National Football League. And somebody came in here Monday, did you see that? He's not back. He never left. What are you talking about? What are you? It's the Raiders. They're so bad. They just traded the one guy they had as a first-round pick at cornerback, Garyon Conley. He was terrible. They just shipped him out.
He was terrible.
And I'm reading the story. I got it right here from John Gruden about all the other cornerbacks that they're going to try to replace him with. And I've never heard of these guys. These are their draft picks, Trayvon Mullen and Isaiah Johnson. And then there's Darryl Worley still there and the kid Nixon and then Nevin Lawson. I've never heard of these guys. And they were so down on Garyon Conley that they just said, get him out of here. Let's take a draft pick and move on. Okay. You don't have any cornerbacks because you couldn't see a cornerback on the field. I saw ghosts.
Yeah.
I was watching TV. I saw ghosts. I saw ghosts of cornerbacks.
I mean, think about it now. This is the same John Gruden that traded Khalil Mack.
Okay.
This is the same John Gruden that traded Amari Cooper.
Okay, well,
do you trust what he's doing?
Well, the point is, do I trust his defense? No.
You had Khalil Mack.
Awful. It's awful. And you're putting stock in what Aaron Rodgers did to that defense at Lambeau in nice weather? It wasn't frozen tundra. It was a nice day.
But here's the thing. That same Pro Football Focus that said the Raiders' defense is the worst, the same Pro Football Focus that says the New England Patriots' defense is the best, who the hell have they played?
Okay, fine. What's your eye test tell you?
Who have they played?
Yeah. Okay. My test tells me New England has the best defense in pro football.
Who have they played?
Okay, that's fine. That's fine. I'm asking you, what do your eyes tell you?
My eyes tell me that Aaron Rodgers is really, really good. He's great.
One game,
no,
he was really good.
Stop saying
well,
that.
again, I'm looking at his QBRs for all these games, and it's just pretty pathetic because he's pretty pedestrian. We're talking about Aaron Rodgers. Aaron Rodgers starts off that first game at Bears. Remember that one?
I do remember.
First Thursday night, right?
Yes.
And he had a QBR of 29, scale of 0 to 100.
That's better than Tom Brady in the Super Bowl.
And he's hugging Patton after the game, at the end of the game. We got a defense.
The defensive
and I kept saying,
coordinator,
no, they got Mitchell Trubisky. That's what that was, right?
Yes.
And then against the Vikings, he had a QBR of 40, scale of 0
Beat
to 100.
him.
Not very good.
Beat him.
Denver wasn't very good when Denver came to Lambeau, and he had 75. It's okay. It's pretty good. And then here came Philly, and he had a pretty good QBR, 73. And he misses little Darius Shepard, the rookie from North Dakota State, who's just wide open, breaks completely free in the end zone. They win the game.
13.
Is that an MVP play?
Yep.
He forces it to
Skip. You see, I see what you're doing here, Skip.
I'm not doing anything. I'm just spitting out the facts.
But when I tell you Tom Brady misses a throw, or Tom Brady throws a bad pass,
we're talking about Aaron Rodgers, MVP.
But I'm just saying. So, but guess what? In the same breath, you're going to turn around and make a case why Tom Brady should be in the MVP.
No, I don't. I haven't even said a word about Tom Brady. You got sort of like a Freudian slip.
No, I ain't got no Freudian slip.
You're actually thinking maybe he should be.
Not
and by the way, considering degree of difficulty of who he's been throwing to, maybe, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up. He does belong in the conversation.
No, he does not.
Yeah.
No, he does not.
So I'm going to finish on Aaron Rodgers. So he tries to force a pass at the end of the Philly game to Valdez-Scantling, who is double covered because one guy has left Darius Shepard and blown his assignment.
Yeah.
And Aaron should have just said, here, I'm going to underhand you this throw into the end zone, and we will win the game and beat the Philadelphia Eagles. And it would have made them 2-5, and maybe it would have ended the NFC.
No, see, that's what you mad about.
But
you're not mad that Aaron Rodgers threw the interception.
Okay.
You mad because he didn't beat the Eagles and put them further behind the Cowboys.
Okay. All right. So what's the most resounding victory of Green Bay's season so far? It was at Dallas, right? Aaron had a QBR in that game of 49. It's like one tick below average because Aaron Jones took the game over running and catching, right?
Okay, how about this, Skip?
Yeah,
okay.
interesting.
They beat division leader Dallas on the road. They beat 4-2 Minnesota. Is that pretty good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Again, it wasn't about Aaron. It's about the defense.
See,
Kirk Cousins was a disaster.
He didn't have a good one.
Did not have a good game.
The same Kirk Cousins that got 8 touchdowns and 600 yards in the past game.
He had a QBR of 15 in that game.
Well,
Way to go,
if you don't mind me asking, what was Tom Brady's QBR last night?
We're not doing Tom Brady.
I just want you to ask me.
I don't want to do Tom Brady. I'm doing Aaron Rodgers because I haven't finished.
Okay.
Then they play division rival Detroit, and he has a QBR of 42.
Okay.
That's below average. And then here comes the worst defense in pro football, and everybody says, there, he's the MVP. He's the co-favorite. Baloney, he's the co-favorite.
Yeah, but I've been telling you, if you look at the way he's playing and everybody says he was done, can he do it? I said, sometimes what great players, especially at the quarterback position, must understand, you're not always required to be great. Sometimes you need to stay out of the way. He stayed out of the way.
Okay.
He didn't like, well, I need to throw the ball. I'm Aaron Rodgers. I'm a 2-time league MVP. I'm a Super Bowl MVP. No, that's one of the things that I do I commend Tom Brady for, is that he does not put his ego as all the accolades that he's won.
Okay.
Sometimes,
so that means Aaron Rodgers should be the MVP because this year, for the first time, he stayed out of the way.
There you go.
Way to go, Aaron. I'm impressed.
Doesn't sound like it.
All I'm saying is that when the time needed, because Green Bay's defense was struggling Sunday, and Aaron said, I'm going to get into a shootout. Derek Carr's me and you, bro. Me and you, quick drop. Bam!
Wow. Derek Carr.
And don't worry about that. Hold on.
You have little to no respect for Derek Carr.
Very little. But hold on. But you hyping up Tom Brady last night.
I haven't talked about Tom Brady. Wait a minute. I'm still talking about Aaron Rodgers, and I'm not finished yet because that 97 QBR.
I embrace debate. I don't make mistakes. I just make my case. Drops mic when I'm done. What more can I say? Not bite to my tongue. I don't like the taste. I'm on and I'm on and I own my opponent. I'm always in the zone, either zoned out of zone, and then we could get it poppin'. Pick the topic if you want to skip it, Shannon, skip it, hoppin'. Took these sports and made them pop it. All right, undisputed.
Welcome to Undisputed. We are live from LA. I'm Jenny Taft here with Skip Bayless, Shannon Sharp. Good morning.
Good morning, Jenny.